We're watching Buzz with Jess Lujan.
We're back with Captain Chapters from the Guam Police Department. So let's go straight to Anonymous, Fernando Parentesomensi Anonymous from Mongmong.
Okay.
Buenas, good evening.
Hello, good evening. My question to Captain Choppers. You have your reserve police officers, correct? If they are employed full-time in the government, do you also still pay them with the overtime benefits and the uniform raises with the situation that GPD is in right now financially?
We do have the reserve program. However, it's not considered a payment. It's considered a stipend if they perform a certain amount of hours per month. So a person can be a police reserve, come for duty, and do below the threshold of and I believe it's 43 hours a month. If he performs less than that, then he doesn't receive a stipend. The stipend isn't considered pay. It's considered something to help maintain his uniform, or maybe buy equipment that he lacks. But basically, the reservists are volunteers, and they're not paid on their overtime, just a stipend to maintain their uniform.
Now let me go back to that. I'm glad that caller brought up that question, because just recently the U.S. Department of Labor had fined the Guam Police Department to the tune of close to $50,000 in overtime, and you were quoted in KUAM News as saying, yeah, that can happen, and hopefully the governor will get a deferral on the payment of that fine, but we don't have the money.
We don't have the money. See, the problem is that the overtime rate for the Guam Police Department used to be appropriate at $1.6 million.
Okay.
Then the legislature...
Per annum?
Per annum.
Okay.
And then next thing you know, it was reduced to $600,000. I mean, from $1.6 million to $600,000. You cannot schedule crime.
That's right.
If a homicide occurs, or a robbery, or a death in the highways, it requires the mobilization of a lot of resources from the Guam Police Department. You can't tell the police officer that it's Friday and it's 5 o'clock. Let's go home.
Yeah.
These overtimes have to be paid. The reason why we were fined is not really that we didn't pay the overtime, we didn't pay it on time. We have always been able to pay the overtime, but we've been late. This is the 4th violation. GPD, in 3 other violations that they were cited on, were not fined by the U.S. Department of Labor, because this is the 4th violation, and in each of the previous violations, they said we promise we won't happen again. And so the U.S. Department of Labor decided to do this. If we get the money to hire more officers so that we can put out on the streets, it is a lot cheaper to do that than to continuously pay this overtime.
So basically, it's a given that Guam Police Department on an annual basis will incur overtime to the tune of about $1.6 million. I mean, that's a give.
Yes.
Okay, that's a give.
With the current manstrom.
With the current manpower that you have, it's a given. So, like you said, wouldn't it be cheaper to put, again, permanent officers in there and reduce, or probably even eliminate the need for overtime? And how much would that reduction be? From the 1.6, how much will you be tapping into that overtime?
Well, basically, it's like this. A seasoned officer in the Guam Police Department with, let's say, over 10, 15 years, and depending on his rank, can be paid overtime at over $30 an hour.
Yeah.
A police officer fresh out of the academy is only $10 an hour, a little bit over $10 an hour. And so the numbers speak for itself, but it's more than that, Jess. It's security for the people of Guam. 20 years ago, when I was a police officer we had 7 to 9 police officers in a shift. Today, where the population has increased and the number of crimes has also increased, it's 3 to 4. Wow. And so sometimes we have a shift where only one officer has shown up. Well, why is that? You got military deployment, you got annual leave, you got sick leave, and it forces us to keep the officers on the clock.
I hate to wrap this up, but we got to wrap it up.
Okay.
Anyway, your fee schedule, your public hearing, when and where?
Well, we're hoping to have the public hearing April 20th.
Okay.
And the chief is still reviewing that issue, and there may be other issues that may come up before the public. But we're tentative tentatively looking at April 20th, and it's going to be at 9 in the morning at the Dededo Precinct.
Okay, fee schedule, and watch out, tune into KUAM, we'll give you more information on that. But hey, that's going to do it for this edition of The Buzz. Join us again next week for more TV, but join us tomorrow morning, 6 to 10, your Island Pride station, for more Buzz at Stalk Radio again. That's 6:30 on your AM dial. But for right now, again, good night, and Cap, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.